Everyone, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. There's something that I just really wanted to kind of put out there because it's something that I've dealt with, and I think I'm sort of just taking a different approach to things now, especially trying not to. If you see my other videos where I talk about how I isolate when when things are when things are hard, and it's bad. It's bad for me, but I know like a lot of us do that. So what I want to say to you is obviously starting and running businesses is hard. So I'm speaking to business owners. So if you're an employee, this might not apply. But then again, you know what? I take it back. It will apply. And it'll make sense when I get there. But we deal with a lot of like internal struggles when it comes to running our own businesses and stuff. And you kind of get to, I think a lot of us experience getting to this point where it's like, oh my God, is this really in the cards for me? Am I even worthy of this? Am I deserving of this? And that question, first of all, of course you are. You are absolutely worthy and deserving of all the success and all the abundance that you're seeking. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to say to you is you are worthy. Second thing I want to say is it's really helpful to figure out where that comes from. Now, I can't really get into all of that here, but what I want you to kind of think about is if you ask yourself those questions, kind of figuring out, it's one thing to ask yourself those questions, and then you need to realize that, yes, you're worthy. And then you need to kind of step back and go, where does this come from? And I especially am, had to really step back and think about this myself because I have such an amazing, I don't know. I think I'm very fortunate in that people are really rooting me on. People are really behind me. People believe in me. People know, like, they're just like, dude, if anyone's going to make it happen, it's Lane. So I have this incredible support, and yet I still have this sort of like toxic little, and we all deal with, our ego and stuff like that in the back of our minds, sort of talking us out of things, or, our brain is designed to protect ourselves. So that comes into play too. But this feeling of like, do I deserve it? Am I worthy of what I'm seeking? And that sort of question usually goes back to some kind of, I don't want to say trauma, but some kind of incident, something where somebody made you feel like you weren't worthy. And sometimes this is like going back to your childhood. These are like old wounds. I particularly recognize that I've always been a somewhat like confident person. I've always been willing to put myself out there in front of people. So I know that I'm a little, that a lot of people are not like that. But I still have, like, I realize that I have these sort of wounds because obviously I have a great support system. I have all these people going, if anyone can pull it off, it's her. But I still have these wounds, these moments where something was done, where people were trying, because they were looking out for themselves, they were trying to cut me down. They were trying to belittle my worth. Where I knew what my worth was. I was undervalued in those situations already. And because these people didn't necessarily want to give me what I was worth, or they wanted to, they were trying to hold on to, what they had and not, and not give it to the people who deserved it, not pay the people who deserved it what they were worth, and trying to make excuses for it, trying to come up with reasons why. And in that process, they're cutting down the people, because and I don't think that this was anything conscious that these people did, but they were trying to bring us down. They're trying to get us to see ourselves at this level of worth that they want us to be at, so that they can justify not paying more. That's my experience. That's my personal experience. Okay. I know that everyone has a million experiences. I'm just telling you, like, that's my experience, and that's where I know, because it's so amazing that I have all these people around me who are so incredible and so supportive and believe in me and know, like, that no matter what, that and because that is who I am, and they see me for that, and that is awesome. But it's amazing how loud that voice is in the back of my head from that wound of and it was really one person trying to tell me that I wasn't worth it. And that one little wound is just so much louder than all the people around me who are like, you're amazing. You're amazing. You're going to kill it. You're going to be great at whatever you do. Because I always am. That sounds so egotistical. But amazingly, like, yes, I feel that way. And yet I still have this, I mean, there's nothing else to call it but a wound, this toxicity that's like been implanted in my head, and it keeps kind of coming back to sort of haunt me. So basically what I wanted to say was you are worth it. You are deserving. And it's helpful to sort of figure out where that voice comes from so that you can kind of like recognize it and like release that and just say, this isn't, no, that's what that person thought. And that's fine. They can think that. There's nothing you can do about that. And maybe they even maybe they didn't even necessarily really think that, but like in my situation, they were just looking out for themselves. So whether they actually thought that about me or not, I mean, I think they definitely did some convincing of themselves in order to do that to a person, in order to try to cut someone down. But it helps to figure that out. It helps to become aware of your own thought patterns. Whether, if you get into this, if you have this habit, we tend to go in this like kind of circle of, this happens and then we respond in this one particular way. And then we, this is what happens as a result. And then we get back to this thinking, and we kind of go in this kind of constant loop. So it's really, really helpful for you to identify these things. And that's why I say, like, this is not just for business owners, but, me as a business owner, and I know, I work with business owners, and I see, that the struggle that they go through. And I know that even the most confident of us out here, we still have those moments, or we still have those things in the back of our mind that are still kind of eating away at us. You know what I mean? So it's really helpful to kind of identify and release all of that. And you should, because you know what? You can do it, because you are worth it. You're amazing. You are going to kill it. Just don't give up. That's the important part. So that's all I wanted to say for today. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'll catch you guys later. Love you guys.